Okay, it's time to start thinking about adding additional content to your course now that you have your welcome page set up and maybe students are starting to be enrolled. So I want to encourage you initially just to focus on getting ready for that first week. You can build your content 1 week at a time. You can build it out even a little bit more than that as you become more comfortable and familiar with it. But being ready for that first week is going to make you feel a lot more successful. So I'm going to click on the course that I want to do some work on, and there are two different ways that I can do this. So I can create a new section, and I can set it up on a week 1, week 2, or class 1, class 2, or I can do it by category. If you're talking about a summer section, maybe you have assignments on one tab and assigned reading on another tab, discussions on another tab. It can kind of be however you want it set up. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to call it class 1, and this will be instructions about class 1. What do I need to do to prepare? And then once I create that section, you can see that there's now a new tab over here, and I have all of the same things available to me. So I can edit the page and put content in here, or I can create learning activities, or I can add files. So if you have a PDF created that you want to display here for students to download, then you can put that there, or you can actually put the content in the section area, or you can look at the learning activities that are available. And this is where your sandbox comes in handy, because you look at these, and when you click on them, you can see that a description comes up of kind of what it is, what it looks like, how it functions, and all of that information is here. Clicking on more help will actually take you to an outside resource with additional information. So playing around with that, adding it, seeing what it looks like, just exploring is a great use for the sandbox to be able to see the different activities that you might want to offer to your students. So there's forums, assignments, you can create certificates, create chats, choices, multiple choice things. Classic Collaborate and Collaborate Ultra, this is where I will show you how to actually create your online live classroom session. Database, external tools, you see that each one of these has their own description and what it's available for and what it can do. Creating lessons, quizzes. If you have pre-built SCORM packages, those can be brought in. Surveys, wikis, lots and lots of things. If there's other files that you want, a folder, labels, additional pages within the section, you can create additional pages to put content on. So there's a multitude of ways that you can set these up. At a minimum, you want to make sure you don't even necessarily need to do anything in the activity or resource at a bare minimum. At a bare minimum, you can have a section here with, here's what we're doing, here's when we meet, here's what you need to do to be, your assignment is this, and you can just list it out there for students to be able to look at. So at a minimum, that's really all you need to tell students what to expect and what you're going to be doing in class. If you have a link to videos, if you have, so to link to a video, you can actually do that from within the section area if there's a video that you want to add. So this up at the top is called the content editor, and it's taking a moment to load. So if you have, you can make changes to the text, you can link to an outside URL that will display for them if there's a page or a reference that you want to look at. You can add pictures, you can add videos, and then there are some other, you can do HTML, bullet points. You can work with the alignment tables. There's some math equations. And then here is an accessibility checker or a screen reader helper. So there's some basic information here that you can use just to get the content to your students and make sure that you have some content available for them or some instructions available for them before that first class. I'll show you how to create the live class session in the next video.